What's good, YouTube? Welcome to a video about Marvel Rivals, and I can't even make this up. Concord players are mad. I didn't even know they existed. I thought they died out. You know, like all two of them. I thought they died, but I guess they still exist. I'm as shocked as you are. But yeah, we're gonna play this video from Concord players that are mad because Marvel Rivals is going very, very well, and it's a very, very fun and enjoyable and good game, and it keeps improving over time, and it's not stopping anytime soon. All right, that Steam player base, 93% of players have been kept on playing this game since launch. It hasn't dropped. It only has dropped 7% of the player base since launch. This has never happened for a game, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, Marvel is doing great, and Concord players are mad. So yeah, cool. Here we go.
As you may know, some of the modern audience types have been very upset at Marvel Rivals. And I recently saw that Concord players, yet believe it or not, there's actual Concord players that exist. And they're also very upset at Marvel Rivals. Of course, there's probably a crossover between the modern audience types and Concord players. And we'll get to all that in just a minute. Let's start here though with a little history. 8 months ago, this post on Our Girl Gamers, titled, "Can we just throw some backlash at Marvel?"
Our Girl Gamers. Really? You just know that Reddit is just full of hogs, bro.
Rivals. I love how they gave it a serious flair. That just makes it more funny. I've been on the fence so long with Overwatch for years. It has diverse male body types, and then female characters are copy-paste with a...
It has diverse male body types? I mean, a Roadhog is a fat dude. I can give you that. Soldier 76 is bigger than the average IFBB Pro. Genji is just your regular old, person. Like, a dwarf, I guess. I guess it is diverse, kinda, but that's normal, right? I think that's fairly normal. I mean, that should be normal, right? But they're not ugly, at least, right? They're still appealing to look at. And same with the women, I'm not a huge fan of Mora. I think she's not the greatest, but she's a character, I guess. Honestly, the only character I really don't like in Overwatch is Venture, because she's just ugly as fuck,
A bare handful of diversity, and these diverse female characters are given such a little amount of attention in cosmetics that it's clear they don't care for them.
Correct. They don't, because the players don't care about them. All right? Nobody trying to play or cosplay as Venture, bro. Nobody.
Now I'm watching Marvel Rivals go down the same path. The female characters are all tall, slim, and busty, with a good deal of skin.
Yeah, thank God they are. Holy shit, bro. Thank fucking God. Alright? Thank fucking God. This is the best game that has ever existed for the genre. Honestly. The best.
While the male characters are fully covered, minus Hulk and the Fishman.
Oh, great. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. So because the characters in Marvel Rivals are fully covered, or the male characters are fully covered. But let's just forget that they have so much muscles that 5 men in their lifetime won't grow that much muscle. Let's forget that, or I don't know, forget the fact that all of them are very tall. I don't know, forget the fact that there's a literal shark in the game, a tree in the game, a raccoon in the game. But let's just forget that, Male characters are just, yeah. They're not the same at all. No. No, it's about the female characters, of course, because they're all hot. How dare they? How dare they make female characters hot in the game? Imagine that. Imagine that. Handsome men in the game, fine. You know, that's normal. But handsome or gorgeous girls in the game, oh, how terrible. How terrible. You just know this person is fat as fuck, bro. Ugly and fat as fuck. You can already know.
Namor. It's so clear that they
also, the fact that somebody calls Namor Fishman, I'm pretty sure this person doesn't play the game at all. So, yeah. I think people that don't play games, and you know, they can discuss it. I'm fine with that. But the moment that somebody's, you know, clearly states in an obvious way that they don't play the game at all, never touched it in their lives, I instantly just disregard everything they say. That's how it is, you know? It's that easy.
They just care for straight male gamers. At this point, it's just a slap in the face. They know what they're doing.
It's so clear that they just only care for straight male gamers. Really? Really? Bro, I've seen people who are gay men, gay women, straight men. All four of those categories. I've seen all four of those categories praise the characters in Marvel Rivals because they're not ugly as fuck. This is just straight up wrong, bro. It's not just straight male gamers. The fuck? That's just so fucking stupid, bro. That's so ignorant. It's crazy.
It's disappointing since the MCU did such a good job making women less objectified.
Huh? Huh? Did we watch the same movies? Okay, hold up. I gotta get some receipts. Oh yeah, definitely not objectified. No. This Madam Web, by the way, a horrible film. But the actress was hot as fuck. All right. Oh, here we go. This is Black Widow. Gorgeous fucking woman. Absolutely gorgeous. Very sexualized. Next. Scarlet Witch, a gorgeous woman. You know, like I can go on and on and on, right? I can go on and on and on about, you know, all these Marvel characters that are supposedly less objectified, even though they're all in skin-tight suits with their bosom fully shown. You know, it very stands out. White hips, big butts. But yeah, they're not objectified at all. Also, have you ever read a single MCU comic? Any of them? Clearly not, because this... No. MCU has always had very objectified female characters. Alright? So, I don't know where this statement comes from. At all.
Fans of the MCU will be playing this game. Very few people read the comics in comparison, making it accurate for them as a joke.
Also, don't have a literal skin where they changed Scarlet Witch in the MCU skin, right? Like they have the comic accurate Scarlet Witch, and they have the film MCU version as a skin. Like, what you mean accurate? What?
Oh my gosh, that's gotta be one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard. They need to appeal to MCU fans only, forget the comic fans, don't make things accurate for them. As if there would even be an MCU without the original comics. Yep. And they end the post by saying, can we just start making noise on these issues? You know what?
Making noise. Making noise. What are you gonna do? Yell? Yell in your room full of dirty dishes? Yeah, great. Yeah, you can yell all you want, bro. You can screech, yell, whatever, bro. Nobody gonna give a fuck, alright? Like, the moment you called Namor Fishman, that's it. That's it. People already stopped reading, honestly.
That's also one of the lamest things I've ever heard. Who talks like that? We need to make noise. Can we make noise on this? And what's their noise supposed to do anyways? Like, wow, some unhinged people on Reddit are mad. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure NetEase is really going to care about that. I feel
this is a Chinese company, by the way. They're going to be reading this shit. And they gotta, like, ask AI to, like, translate or some shit. Or otherwise they're like, I mean, I can see this. I can read this. I'm Chinese. I can read English. What do you think? You really think they're gonna be there at NetEase headquarters reading these, like, Reddit threads about these stupid fucking females that think they can complain about how great Marvel Rivals is doing and how great their character designs are in English and think they're gonna give a fuck? Bro, these people are so delusional, bro. It's actually crazy. They think they got the same power over Chinese or Asian-based companies that they have on Eastern-based companies. Or South companies, you know? Like, or the West, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. West. Yeah, it's West. I'm stupid. Don't mind me. You know? Like, you don't. You don't, alright? These Western companies might, you know, comply with your stupid nonsense. But Eastern-based companies do not give a fuck. And that's why they make the best games.
I feel like I just waited a decade for my dream Marvel game, and now it's pretty much implied that this game isn't for me.
Well, thank God we don't want you in the game. Honestly, we do not want people like you in the game, playing the game. We don't. We really don't, bro. You're probably like some fucking garbage gamer anyways. Go back to your fucking Stardew Valley, bro. Go back to your Animal Crossing, man. Go back to those games, alright? Clearly, those games are made for you, alright? These games are not, alright? Stay far away from this game. Thank you. Regarding all players.
Well, that sounds like great news for everyone else.
Exactly.
Imagine being stuck in a lobby with someone like that. The most upvoted comment in that thread says, "Consider my noise added to yours." Just
they don't even know. They don't even know, bro. They can, like, say all this shit on Reddit, and, you know, and they want to make a change, but they don't even know how. You know why they don't know? Because they can't. Unless they ask the evil in themselves AI to translate them shits to Chinese. Unless they use AI that they think is the devil to translate their comments into Chinese and maybe have them read their comments and maybe take them seriously. But let's be honest, they're not. They're not. No one's gonna take them seriously at all. Oh, it feels good. Honestly, this feels great. This is great. This is fantastic, honestly. This gotta happen more, man. In 2025, I want more of this shit. I want more of these retards being mad and not knowing how to change whatever they want to change. I love it. It's amazing. Anyway, continue.
Just tell me where to direct it. Another top comment says, "Yeah, who would have thought that League of Legends did it best? It's so weird. We've had AAA games with diverse women for ages, and here we are, 5 steps backwards from that."
What? League of Legends? Listen, I don't play League of Legends, but I know. Oh wait, I already have one open. League of Legends. Alright, let's see these diverse women. Alright, yeah. Big booty, big bust, small waist, big bust, small waist, thin, skinny, skinny. Where the hogs at, bro? Skinny. Oh yeah, very diverse. Yeah, skinny. Skinny, 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 skinny. Yep. Very diverse cast, bro. Look at this diverse cast, bro. Skinny, skinny, all hot, big boobs, small waist, hot as fuck. Yeah. How diverse this is, bro. League of Legends has like one of the most diverse female characters ever. Look at that. That's actually crazy. Like how do these people, like, do these people have brains? Like, they can't have brains. I refuse, bro. These are bots.
And then people would argue about League of Legends.
Oh, here we go. League has every kind of woman there is except fat because we never get rep. Yeah, because you shouldn't be getting rep, bro. Guess what? Being fat is unhealthy and deadly. Why would we support that? Nobody should support obesity. All right? Nobody ever should glorify it in any shape, way, or form. So yeah, no, they never get rep because they shouldn't. But that's a deeper society issue, so I'm not surprised at all. Why do you think they're the worst? What do you mean a deeper society issue? It is a health issue. The majority of Western-based countries have a obesity problem. People die of heart attacks because they eat too much shit. The fuck?
Also being problematic. So yeah, I just thought that was all pretty funny. I hope you enjoyed that one.
That's
too.
Funny, yeah.
You know, aside from the brain rot stuff.
That was
funny. And now
funny
on to more current posts from only 3 days ago on the subreddit for Concord. The post title.
There's a Concord subreddit. No. There's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way. There is a current post on the Concord subreddit. That's. Oh my god, bro. Oh, that's funny.
Titled, "Any Concord fans try Rivals yet?"
No, because they don't exist.
I'm curious what impressions the fans of Concord have about Marvel Rivals. I'm considering giving it a try.
Well,
but Concord holds a special place in my heart, and I'm hoping Rivals shares similar qualities.
Oh god. Oh, this is hilarious, bro. Oh, this is the funniest video I've ever watched in my life. Oh my god. All right, no, you know, let's take them serious, all right? Let's take them serious, all right? So he wants to know if any Concord players have played Rivals yet. Well, let's see.
And the OP apparently a top 1% poster over on our Concord. It's a real Concord diehard right here. The top response reading, "It plays nothing like Concord. I personally don't like the movement or shooting at all, and don't get all the hype and praise it's getting. If you want similar gameplay to Concord, Destiny 2 is your best bet. But the PvP in that game is basically unplayable, unfortunately, but the PvE is still good."
Okay, well, he's talking about the gameplay. He's not talking about the characters or anything like that. I think this is a very well-rounded opinion, you know? A lot of people actually complained or didn't like the movement or shooting in the game because it's really different, you know? It plays more of a MOBA style game than like a FPS shooter. I think that's a very valid point. I've experienced that too. I had to get used to it too. I'm not gonna lie. But once you get used to it, it feels great. Honestly, in my opinion, it feels very great to play. So yeah, I think there's a very well-rounded, coherent comment. I think I did not expect that from the Concord Reddit. I did not expect that.
They'd get a response that reads, "I feel like the majority of the hype and praise it's getting is just because it's one of the first good online Marvel games to come out in this entire period of MCU box office domination."
And that's a bad thing because...
which is waning. And a lot of people who are unhappy with Overwatch trying to signal boost a competitor, the game itself feels pretty dang unpolished and unbalanced compared to Overwatch and even Concord.
Unpolished? I don't agree with that. Unbalanced? It's... I used to think that. I really did. I think some characters are a little bit OP, but then you got it, like, for example, right? A lot of people complain that Iron Fist is very OP, right? But then you gotta, like, understand that once you play Iron Fist, right, and this guy kills you, right, he used all his cooldowns on you. All his cooldowns have been used. Maybe his ultimate even has been used to kill you. Like, all that for one kill, that's quite the sacrifice. Like, that's not efficient at all. So, like, for a character like Iron Fist, I don't think it's very warranted. You know, I used to think, oh, he's so OP because I keep getting killed by him, but he when I tried him, you have to use all your cooldowns to actually kill one. Like, at one kill, all your cooldowns. That's not OP. That's insane. That's why people complain about D.Va. Because you need to use all your cooldowns to maybe kill someone. You know? So, yeah, I think this is ignorance. A lot of characters are very unbalanced, but balanced at the same time. I think every character in Marvel Rivals have their own power. I think you can play any character in the game, and you can pretty much body and carry your team if you want to, if you were really good against the other players. If you're, like, against more experienced players, right, and, like, more of your skill level, then you can't really do that. Then there's, like, a little bit of a power struggle between the balancing sometimes. But I think the game is pretty balanced, honestly. Like, there's, like, order in the chaos, if that makes sense.
And this different top comment says, why did Concord have to die and Marvel Rivals gets to live? It's not as fun as Concord by a long shot. I hate this timeline.
Oh my god, I can't believe these people exist. I can't believe these people exist, bro. I can't believe it. I really can't believe that these people actually exist. These gotta be, like, the moderators for the game, right? There's no way. There's no way these people actually exist. There's no way. Nah. Nah. This fake. These are just people trolling.
They'd get a response that says, well, charging $40 when literally every hero shooter is free was a very big misstep.
I agree. I think that was a very good reason why Concord failed this miserably. Because, I mean, you know, like you said, you know, every hero shooter is free, right? Overwatch used to be paid, but not anymore. But also, like, if you don't have characters that look appealing whatsoever, nobody gonna play them, bro. Nobody wanna play as those characters. People wanna play as Spider-Man, as Venom, as Scarlet Witch, as Black Widow, as Squirrel Girl. You know, people wanna play as those characters because they look good. They're either hot, appealing, strong-looking, masculine, feminine, whatever, right? Cute. Jeff the Shark, cute as fuck character. Like, I can't wait when we get like a small girl character, you know? Like, we cover all bases, all right? All bases. Little girls, little boys, strong men, strong women, you know? All of them. I can't wait because I know the MCU. Oh, because I know Marvel has a bunch of those characters, right? So, I mean, but Concord, like, have you seen the characters? They look awful. They don't like superheroes. They don't look like characters you want to be inspired by, to look up to. There's no redeemable qualities on these characters at all. Like, yeah, but I think the fact that it was $40 is definitely one of the reasons why the game flopped this hard.
A response to them reading, being free wouldn't save the game, buddy, and Marvel Rivals isn't having success because it's free.
I think that's an ignorant comment. I think it's definitely a factor. I think if the game was not free, a lot of people would have not played it or not have bought it. However, it's free, right? It is not predatory, or at least not very predatory in their microtransactions. I think it's a fun game. You can play as long as you want. There's no time limit on it. But I think being free to play is definitely a big factor. But I think if a game is really fun and good, people can gather up, enough money to buy it. People will. All right. If they look at PoE 2, PoE 2, like the early access is paid, right? Bunch of people have paid for it, and not just content creators, just generally people that are very how you call it, very into Path of Exile 1, and they're like, all right, well, I want to play the beta for Path of Exile 2 or the early access, No, it's the beta. It's the beta, right? Hold on. Yeah, early access. Here it is. Yeah, it's the early access. So, if a game is good enough, people will get the money together to buy it. That's just how it is. But a game like Marvel Rivals, I don't think they can't survive if it was not a live service game. Like, they need to generate money or more revenue eventually, and they can't just do that from only sales on the games. So, yeah. But honestly, yeah, I think it's a factor. I don't think it's the only reason. I think a lot of people would have bought Marvel Rivals regardless, even if it was like 30, 40, 50 bucks. But being free definitely jumpstart the hype very early and very easily.
This whole chain of comments then especially set off the Concord diehards, who began to go full aggro and get very defensive, which you'll see coming up. As user Past Foundations would respond to that other user Desfert, where Desfert had essentially said that Concord being free wouldn't have saved it. Past Foundations responding saying it's one of the main factors of its demise. And that's where we get Desfert saying, yeah, let's say it was free to play. Now tell me the difference, how much longer would it last? Even when the game had a free beta, it only hit 2K and kept dropping players. Basically kept the same issues from the beta, and then it died only a few weeks later.
Yep.
It doesn't make a single difference to paint a ship with other colors. If you don't fix the holes, it'll still sink.
That's a fucking great analogy. That's a sick analogy. Wow, that's great. That's a really good one. I like that.
Then going on to list a number of reasons why they believe Marvel Rivals is successful, and concluding by saying, seriously people, stop thinking free-to-play is the answer for everything. It just shows how clueless you guys are. Yeah, some of them might be clueless, but I think a lot of them are also in complete denial.
Yeah,
during the whole Concord
delusion
saga, the whole Concord arc, we saw so many of these defenders ignoring, for example, the whole DI stuff that Concord had. And it wasn't even that they didn't recognize it was there. It's like they wouldn't admit that it was there. They would just do everything they possibly could to dodge how DI negatively impacted Concord, because hey,
DI negatively impacts everything. Every single thing. It's not only Concord, it's every single thing. Everything that has DEI that feels forced is going to ruin something.
They got to do everything they can to defend that corporate policy. Very pathetic. Then we get this hilarious cope that says,
oh no. Oh no. Concord failed not because of its design, gameplay, price, or quality as a game. Okay, let's see why it failed. Because it became a target in cultural war. Really now? Okay. From the moment it was announced, discussions about the game were dominated by negativity. Critics labeled it as dead on arrival, woke, or trash. Before there was even a beta or gameplay footage. I mean, every game has this. Every game that looks bad will get criticism. Hell, even the game Witcher 4, simply because it had a woman as the main character, got shit on it, even though the game looked great, in my opinion. This content activity overshadowed the game itself. No, it didn't. Honestly, listen, right? Whether you get negative or positive reinforcements, it's still attention to the game, all right? And if the game turned out to be really good and really fun and all that, this wouldn't have happened, all right? Just because there's negativity surrounding it doesn't mean it's gonna fail. But if the negativity surrounding the game turns out to be true, that's when it will fail. Because the majority of people don't like it. And at the end of the day, games need to be bought to be successful. You know? Especially games that, you know, keep getting updated and all that, you know? So, yeah, this is very, very much delusion, man.
As Concord failed not because of its design, gameplay, price, or quality as a game, but because it became a target in a culture war. From the moment it was announced, discussions about the game were dominated by negativity. Critics labeled it as dead on arrival, woke, or trash, before there was even a beta or gameplay footage. This constant negativity overshadowed the game itself. Despite being fun for those who actually played it, few people gave it a fair chance. The backlash was so intense that even liking the game invited ridicule. In the end, more people criticized Concord than actually experienced it, which made it impossible for the game to succeed.
I mean, you could argue that. You could definitely argue that. However, I just think that's wrong because the people that gave it a shot also said it sucked. The majority of people that played that game, that bought it or tried the early access of it, said it was ass. It looked ass. It played ass. Like, it was a terrible game. It was not, like, unique in any shape, way, or form. And then, outside of that, the characters looked fucking garbage. You can there's literally a character in the game that looks like a trash can. Like, who the fuck wants to play as a trash can, bro? You know? Like, it's just delusional, man. It's just delusional. Sure, there's multiple factors between on why Concord failed. Obviously, that makes sense, right? I'm not denying that. But saying just because it was in a culture war, that's just ignorance, man. That's not the reason why. That's not the reason at all.
This person is not taking into account how most people didn't even want to play Concord because the hero roster was terrible. It's like, oh, hey guys, here's a bunch of losers you can play as. Yeah, gee, I wonder why that didn't work out. Here's another funny exchange with this user, Irate Pirate, who responds to the OP. Once again, the OP had asked if any of the Our Concord people had played Marvel Rivals. Irate Pirate saying, yes. In fact, my original plan when Concord was coming out was something like, I'm bored of Overwatch, I'll play Concord until Rivals comes out. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. It's pretty fun. It's not on Concord's level in my opinion, but it's fun.
I mean, hey, that's his opinion, you know? That's his opinion. That's fine. I think your opinion is fine, right? I don't agree with it, but I've never played Concord. I never had the intention of playing Concord. It never seemed appealing to me to play Concord. But he has played Concord. And so he has a more better understanding of the game. Yeah. He says it's fun. It's not better, but it's fun. I mean, I think that's a win, you know? As long as he enjoys Marvel Rivals, I think that's a W, you know? Like, I don't want people playing games that they don't enjoy. I think that's terrible. I think that's torture. I don't think people should go through games that I don't enjoy. I don't think that's a good and healthy mentality to have.
User Icy Ruins responding saying, Concord's level was so high that the game shut down immediately. A different user, Lum Sauce, then chiming in saying, y'all are still here. Figured you people would have stopped hanging around hating a few months after the game shut down, but I guess life moves slow when you have nothing worthwhile in it. And Icy Ruins responds,
says a person that comments on Reddit. I'm sorry, bro, but people that comment on Reddit are either the most normie ass fucking people or the most shut-in losers you can imagine. Like, there's no in between.
Saying that this post was recommended on their homepage. I also find it funny that Lum Sauce is talking about people still being here on the Concord subreddit, when that can also be applied to the Concord defenders. The game lasted all of 2 weeks and has been dead for months. And then hopping over to the Marvel Rivals subreddit, we've got this post that says, talk about bad takes. And then
what? Marvel Rivals has too many heroes for its own good. I can see the argument. I understand the argument. I'm not gonna lie. Releasing the game with this many characters, they coincidentally succeeded. But that's a very risky move. I think I said it in the stream, I think. But yeah, having this much characters at launch was a risky move, but they pulled it off. Like, I think that's very great. I think the fact that they pulled that off is incredible. So, but yeah, I can understand. And also, it's a title, so it's clickbait, right? In some sense. So who knows if the take is different than the thumbnail, you know? You can't really critique a thumbnail, or not a thumbnail, a title before, you know, watching the content.
Then posting an image from outlet The Gamer in an article that they made titled...
Oh, it's The Gamer. Okay, never mind. Yeah, this is definitely a stupid, retarded take.
Marvel Rivals has too many heroes for its own good. You're probably familiar with The Gamer.
Yep.
Many channels, including mine, have talked about takes from that outlet, as they're the same type of gaming journalists who often try and call gamers problematic, and they're constantly getting offended.
They hate gamers. They're called gamers, or the gamers, but they despise gamers. Because they hate men. They hate men. They hate straight white men. They're the typical, like we need a term for people that hate people that don't like woke shit. You know what I mean? I would call us normal, right? But that doesn't really, you know, that doesn't label us appropriately, I think. An anti-woke, that sounds negative, right? But I mean, we are kind of negative against the woke, right? But still, I think we should have a label that's like, you know, it's like a slur. I want a slur for us, you know? I want people from the woke side of the communities to have a slur for us. I think that would be funny as fuck. Bro, listen, alright? Every woke person out there, think of a slur for anti-woke people, alright? I really am curious what people will think of.
Offended at things. They were also being laughed at a few weeks ago during the Veilguard arc, as they made a number of articles attempting to defend Dragon Age the Veilguard, only to then later make one where they kinda walked that back a little bit after they saw the public opinion on the game was negative, and nothing these journalists could do would change that opinion. As many gaming journalists out...
No backbone. Listen, bro. Stay firm in your beliefs. Change your mind is fine, right? But doing a whole 180, just because people, you know, disagree with you, I think that's spineless as fuck. Honestly.
Outlets, for example, also IGN, did attempt to defend Veilguard and influence the public in a way that they...
Yeah, they put it even in nominations for Best Game of the Year. That's crazy to me, bro.
Completely failed at. And now the corpo journos over at The Gamer are attempting to insult Rivals and prop up Overwatch, saying that Rivals should have taken more time with its roster, and making a very weird argument that Rivals has released too many heroes already, saying that people don't care about playing them well or trying to learn what their abilities are, which is...
What? I think it's great. I don't really see what I see in Overwatch, and in Overwatch I always saw the same characters being played every single time. Now, little backstory. I am a Genji player in Overwatch, right? I haven't played the game in a while. Why is my... What the fuck? What the hell? The half of my shit is... The fuck? Okay, I think it's better now. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway, I'm a Genji player, and I will always find a Moira in the team. Always. Every single match. Moira, 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 Moira. And if they weren't Moira before, I pop off with Genji. They switch back to Moira and beat my ass. They hunt me down and kill me every single time. What other one? For tanks, I mean, obviously, when I stopped playing, the new tank came out. But before that, it was either Sigma, uh, what's the robot called? I forgot his name. And that nothing else. You know, like there were so little choices for characters to play that you always went up against the same characters. But in Rivals, I see so many different characters. Like there's no match where I've had two of the same characters in the same team from previous match. That says a lot, you know?
Obviously a really weird thing to say. Like, obviously people want to play their heroes well. They then doubled down on the argument that Rivals has too many heroes, and in the lead up to its full launch, more additions were confirmed for the roster, making it hard to determine who I'd main, and if I would even have enough time to learn all their ins and outs before release.
You don't have to. You just pick whoever you think looks appealing, and that's it. You start learning the character. If you don't like him, switch to a different one. I went into the game playing Venom. I realized that Venom is definitely not the greatest character you can play. Honestly, if you don't have a good support in your team, you'll die. Just as simple as that. I think the 1-star difficulty for Venom is definitely not correct. I think it's a way more difficult character to master because you need a lot of game sense. You need to know when to jump in and jump out, right? But regardless, I played multiple characters, bro. I played Iron Man. I played fuck. Star-Lord. I've played Star-Lord. My main right now is Psylocke. I've played Penny. I've played Jeff. I've played Luna Snow. I've played Magic. Like, I've played a bunch of different characters. And I've come to the conclusion that I like Psylocke a lot. And, you know, I like her playstyle. Very Genji-like, so that's why I play her. So that's why I play Psylocke, you know? I don't think this whole, like, argument, like, oh, I don't know who to play, too many characters, error. Like, no, just pick one. Pick one, test them out, see if you think you like them, go to the training grounds, check them out, try their stuff. Like, I thought Spider-Man was going to be my guy. But I don't like the playstyle Spider-Man has. So I stopped playing him. Same with Black Panther. I thought Black Panther was going to be my guy. No. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I don't think he has, like, he has nothing except close quarter combat. I hate that. Because if you can't come close, you're screwed. Right? But anyway. So yeah, like, just pick a character. Like this, like, oh, there's too many characters I can pick. Just pick someone. Just do it. Just pick someone. Like, I don't know if they made, like, a, how do you call it? An article for Fire Z. I mean, that roster is big. Have they made the same argument? Probably not. You know, like, it's just stupid. This is an ignorant take.
Turns out that I didn't, and now the sheer act of playing Marvel Rivals is daunting. Once again, I find myself comparing it unfavorably to Overwatch. Yeah, this just sounds like a massive skill issue. I only started playing Rivals like 2 weeks ago, so not only did I not play the beta, but I also started it late technically. Don't find it daunting at all. It's a fun game. And I'm not even a great player, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I know plenty of people probably didn't play in the beta, and they're also having fun with the game, so I don't get what they're trying to say.
I've also never played the beta.
Except it seems like they're trying to make any excuse they can to try and insult Rivals and prop up Overwatch. Continuing, they say, Overwatch turned each new hero into a legitimate event. You would follow each update and tease with fervent anticipation, waiting to find out exactly what role they might fulfill and what they would look like.
I mean, we're getting that with the Fantastic Four now. Elastic Man? Not Elastic Man, that's not his name. Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman? Like, we're following them quite closely, right? We're getting 2 heroes. And then we get 2 other heroes. So, I guess what he means is, you know, early Overwatch. But Overwatch launched with like 8 characters too, you know? They had to establish them as well it's just, I don't know, man. Like, what did he expect? Did he want, like, I don't know, the game to release with like 2 characters? Like, what the fuck? Or 3? Like, one for one. Oh wait, you have 6. You need minimum 6, right? So let's go for like twice that to get like a little bit of variety there. So that would be 12. Like, that would also. How many characters does Overwatch start with? Hold on. $21 characters. All right, now Marvel Rival. I think like 30, 35. There's now 35. So, you know, like 25, 21 is also pretty big. You know, this whole argument like, oh, each new hero made an event and we had to follow updates and teasers and blah blah blah. Like, no, that was like after the launch. And guess what? Marvel Rivals doing the exact same shit after the launch. This is dumb. Very stupid, ignorant comment. But what do you expect from the gamer?
That won't happen when Rivals adds Sentry. Every new hero was unexpected, but for Rivals, it feels like we already have to temper our expectations after NetEase jumped the gun on its A-listers. Yeah, so I think this point is just...
What? Okay. So, their argument is, I rather would have gotten like the less desirable people in the game early on than the more popular people in the game later on. Like, what? Like, it's with that, bro. If they would have done that, the game would have been less successful. People want to play Spider-Man. People want to play Black Panther. People want to play Venom. People want to play Scarlet Witch. People want to play Black Widow. People want to play fucking Squirrel Girl. Jeff. Like, what? And Squirrel Girl and Jeff aren't even A-rank players or A-listers. Like, majority of people have never heard of these characters before in their lives. I was one. I never heard of Jeff, the land shark. I've never heard of Squirrel Girl. You know? Like, this is so dumb, bro. This is ignorant, stupid, like, it's not even an opinion. It's plain ignorance.
Just terrible. I'm actually a huge fan of the Sentry. He's probably my favorite Marvel hero. I like how he's a very flawed character. I also like the whole Void thing. And then when he merges with the Void, I think that's one of the sickest character designs in all of comics. Regardless, the point they're trying to make here is that Rivals has already used the A-listers in comics, so the next heroes they release aren't going to be...
No. They have yet to add Deadpool. They have yet to add... Oh god, I don't know a lot of Marvel characters. Now I realize that. Some Marvel villains. They can add some Spider-Man villains, I mean. Juggernaut. They can add Juggernaut. They can add Thanos. They can add, yeah, see, I don't know a lot of them, alright? Aqualad. I don't know. No, that's DC. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Don't mention that. I'm stupid. But yeah, like, they can add a bunch of them. Just because I don't know of them, alright? I'm not a huge Marvel fan. But I know there's a lot of people that are huge Marvel fans are like, holy shit, I want this character in the game, you know? Like, we're getting Johnny Storm. We're getting, I think he's the Thing. I think I called him like Sandman or something like that, but I guess he's called the Thing or some shit. I don't know. I'm not quite sure still. I haven't really looked it up or anything like that. And we're getting Invisible Woman. We're getting Mr. Fantastic. Like, I don't see the issue at all.
Be very interesting or compelling, essentially, which is beyond absurd. There's still so many A-list heroes that Rivals hasn't added. Comes off like they just don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
like, here's some, not including the upcoming heroes in season 1 and not...
They're like me. They don't know Marvel characters like others, you know? They only seen the movies or the films, and they think, well, that's it. That's all the characters. Like, no. No. Bro, even I know. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is huge. All right, this shit has been going on since like 1980 something, bro. And it's not just only like different Spider-Man comics or Wolverine comics. Like, no. No. Like, this has been in the works for years, bro.
Including villains. But we got like Cyclops, Kitty Pryde, Rogue, X-23, Blade, Jubilee, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, Blade is also coming, I've seen. I seen that Blade got teased. Or not teased, leaked. I'm not sure how credible it is, but yeah. I mean, Blade, it looks... I'm very excited for Blade. I think Blade's gonna be cool.
Iron Lad and Professor X, and they end by saying, I could be proven wrong, but right now I'm not very excited about new heroes to come to Rivals.
Well, you are wrong. And if you're not excited for new heroes for Marvel Rivals, then... Well, just keep playing the characters you like. Like... I don't know, man, like... I don't understand the struggle at all. I think this is a very privileged struggle to have. Oh no, the game I like has too many characters I want to play as. Oh no! Oh no, the agony. I know who to play. All of them are so cool. Oh, damn it, bro. Like, if that's your argument or your, like, issue, that's a very privileged issue to have, bro. Like, the majority of games don't have that.
Because we are already dealing with an excessive roster, there is no moderation and a desire to give players a temporary power fantasy instead of easing them into things. This will only hurt the game in the long run, and feeling that way right now isn't a good sign. Well, considering that it's journalists from The Gamer saying all this stuff, then it probably is a good sign actually. Generally, if you do the opposite of what these sort of gaming journalists say, then you'll be very successful. But yeah, That's it for this one. Let me know what you think about it.
That was an awful ult, by the way. That was a terrible Psylocke ult, bro. That's crazy.
About all this stuff in the comments. If you enjoyed the coverage, please consider liking and or subscribing. Appreciate you. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right, really good video from EA. Yeah, very cool. So yeah, Concord players exist, I guess. Concord fans exist, and a lot of Marvel Rival haters exist too, apparently. Like, I don't see how people can hate Marvel Rivals. I mean, I guess you can not like it. I think that's fine, right? But really hating? I never understood that. Like, how can you hate a game? A good game. Right? Like, fundamentally, this is a good game. It has, you know, interesting characters with lots of different abilities. Very intriguing different strategies you can pull off. They have like a link system that you can, you know, whenever somebody plays as X hero, Y hero gets a buff or a new ability. Like, fundamentally, Marvel Rivals is a very unique and interesting and well put together game. Like, outside of the characters being very cool, right? And looking good and having good mechanics, this game fundamentally is a good game. That's why it's succeeding. If this game didn't play well, this game would not be succeeding. If this game didn't look good, this game wouldn't be succeeding. Like, it's that simple. If you make a game that runs well and looks good, people are gonna play it. It's that easy, bro. But yeah, that was the video. Let me know what you think about this. I think Concord players are not all of them are stupid and ignorant, but some of these comments were very stupid, honestly. And honestly, I only feel pity for them. You know, they had this game that they really loved, apparently. Can't imagine how. And you know, they got rid of it. I think that's sad. I think that's very sad. You know, I would never ever wish that on my worst enemies. You know, having a game they really like and it stops service. You know, I think that's very sad, and I kind of feel bad for them. I'm not gonna lie. I think Concord players are very sad individuals. They just wanted to play a game that they liked a lot, and they couldn't because the game didn't perform well, and that's very, very sad for them, you know. Very sad. But yeah. Other than that, Concord players mad about rivals being successful. That's just jealousy. In the end of the day, straight up jealousy. Regardless, that's about it. Take care.